We were on a plane together going God knows where, and the plane went into a terrible storm. I mean, there was lightning, it was bouncing up and down, and I look, I'm sitting next to him, he's reading a book, For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's John, that's his favorite book, and he's not stopping. And I said, hey, John, are you following what's happening to this plane now in this storm? So he said, yeah, I know. I said, are you worried about it all? So he said, Joey, if I was meant to die in a plane crash, it would have happened over Vietnam. But, you know, you might say it's fatalistic, but there's a certain amount of faith there.
He's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. I have laughed so hard in so many weird places. Now, he's always been an adventurer. He's a little bit of Don Quixote, and the guy would, argue with the signposts and, travel halfway around the world to get in a good fight.
I think John McCain's legacy is many-fold. One of those certainly is that of an incredibly courageous and heroic Navy carrier pilot who refused privilege when it was offered to him.
His leadership is about doing the right thing, and how you conduct yourself matters just as much, if not more, than the outcome. He's someone that, from day one, my time in the Senate, was a mentor to me.
I was presiding in the Senate when the Senate Intelligence Committee released their torture report, and someone had been highly critical, and John, in a very ad hoc and ad-libbed way, came to the floor and stood on the floor and denounced terrorism and denounced torture. No matter whatever else happens in my Senate career, that will be one of the moments I will always treasure.
John is completely in love with the idea of America. He is completely in the tank for democratic values. He's willing to do things other politicians won't do, that somebody should do. He's really good at putting together coalitions. He'll take a political risk. John told me something very important. He says, don't let the loudest guy determine what you do. Have faith in people. Most people are pretty fair-minded, and if they believe you're doing it for the right reasons, they may not even agree with you, but they'll have your back.
John McCain, to me, is someone that embodies this part of humanity, this willingness to put oneself on the line of life and death for an ideal, for something that we hope will better the lives of others.
We went to a refugee camp, Syrian refugees, in southern Turkey. And we were warned as we arrived that that morning an official of the United Nations had come, and people had jeered him and taken off their shoes, as is an Arab custom, thrown them at him. They were very angry. So they told us, we have no idea how people are going to respond to a group of American senators. And sure enough, as we rounded the corner, there was a crowd massed, and they were chanting something. And as we got closer, what we realized was they were cheering and chanting John McCain's name. It was a welcome. He not only believes in human rights, he really has done enough for them to see him as their advocate.
I have gone from one end of the world to the other with him. I have seen him with his back against the wall politically. I've seen him take risks that nobody else in my business would take. I've seen him cry with the soldiers. I've seen him make soldiers laugh who are getting their ass shot off. There'll probably never be another guy like this. But as long as there are people around who've been affected by John McCain, I guess he never dies.